don't even have access to what the research they're writing.
We want to be treated as people. We don't want to be treated as a public health problem.
It's not HIV's kill the people. It's criminalization, stigma, kill the people.
Drugs have to be used in the real world, so the research has to take into consideration real life experiences. Human beings are not test tubes. But we're now at the stage where we need to understand how this new pre-exposure prophylaxis is going to work in actual lives. Should sex workers be prescribed PrEP is one question, or should individuals who may or may not be sex workers and some other criterion?
I have a lot of concerns about the way that this medication is going to be presented and who it's going to be presented to. Well, we're trying to prove the effects of marginalization. 50% of the research that's being done on us is biomedical, which is still referring to us as a vector of disease, and it's going overseas to marginalize people.
There's a push to medicate a work industry or to medicate a people of sexual orientation is insane to me. Okay, sex workers, you deal with this now. You deal with this one, and we'll see how it goes in your community, and if it goes good, then maybe we'll let, everybody else have some. This PrEP thing has so many big question marks about it to begin with.
None of us will be able to afford it because it is $1,000 a month and not covered under drug plans that a lot of us use and depend on. Also, it's really frightening that there's absolutely no relevant information about any person of color in this data.
Trans people cannot be in the same box. Not all trans bodies require hormones. Not everyone wants hormones. Not everyone wants surgeries.
PrEP in general, it could probably be a great medication for anybody. Just because I might engage in sex work, you're then assuming that I'm engaging in risky sexual behavior, or you're assuming that I'm engaging in intravenous drug use, and that's so far from the case.
For the privileged masses, it distorts their perspective on their own level of risk, which is why in the 80s, straight people didn't think that they were at risk of, catching AIDS. I'm just concerned about the way that it's being marketed as this is so much more effective than condoms.
You can go into a chemist and buy condoms and no one knows who you are. Whereas with PrEP, you've got to go to a doctor and get a prescription, and then and you've got to get an HIV test, all the results of which go to the government, which has implications for criminal charges against people. One of the doctors who spoke to us at this conference hadn't considered that.
If there's a girl on the block not using condoms...
Oh, in the old days?
Woo! And violence as a result of that. Okay, so when we're talking about the PrEP pill, what are we talking about? Yeah. She's using it, you're not.
Being migrant and sex working, we're exposed to be double punished, right, by the immigration laws.
Sex workers who can lose their children, who can be charged with offences. So this is a really important process to get all of these voices coming together.
Remember, it's not the disease kill us, it's the criminalization and stigma kill the sex workers, so that we need to... The medicine is not the drugs. Medicine is our heart and how we move forward to change the situation of sex workers.
This is the stuff of public health. It's not about people sitting around in an ivory tower. So that's been wonderful. How common is it? It's as common as people want, because as soon as anybody like Dan and this medical school get together and make this space, sex workers will come, and they've got so much to say and so many great inputs to have.
It was a bit of a hard sell. The idea that we would bring, upwards of 30 sex workers and allies from all over Canada, that we would then expect them to show up on time and behave themselves in a civil manner, and the concern was there. And what is so interesting and so telling is that nothing could have been further from the truth.
And these kinds of conversations that you have are part of some of the many difficult conversations that have to happen in a school of public health. In fact, we call that conversations that matter.
Good, everyone. I have Mishkeka, I have medicine with me again. So if anybody wants to smudge it all throughout the day, please feel free to come chat with me and we can do that.